Hey VC, it's Travis back again with another vinyl update. First I want to thank everyone who has submitted entries into my 100 subs contest. There's been a few more entries in the last couple days and those have all been excellent, so thank you so much. One thing I wanted to show though was Jim Hankey 414630. He showed this record in his entry into my contest, the Star Wars soundtrack. Got this for 50 cents at a thrift store. Girlfriend picked this up for me actually. It was a really cool find. Anyway, but Jim was talking about this in his video and was talking about some of the inserts and stuff. And one thing that came with mind, I don't know if he didn't get or if he just didn't mention it. I wanted to show it real quick. So just give me a second here. I was so psyched to find this in my record. The Star Wars fold-out poster. Sorry about the glare there, but oh, I just love this artwork. It's the classic old Star Wars. Very cool. Alright, we are listening to Van Morrison, Astral Weeks. Some of you may be familiar with this album already, but for me, it's easily a top 10 album. Just love it. Astral Weeks. If you have not heard this, do yourself a favor and check this out. Either pick up the record or listen to it online or something. Just a great album. Anyway, so I picked up a few records yesterday at my favorite antique store that I've been kind of talking about in some of my videos. I'm always excited to go out there and dig for the new stuff. So on Friday night, I had emailed the guy who comes to update the records and just asked him when he planned on coming down to drop off some more records. And then he emailed me back pretty quickly and told me that he had actually been down there earlier the month already. So I was pretty psyched about that, and of course this was Friday night, really late, and Saturday I had to work at 11. Well, the antique store opens at 10, so and keep in mind that this is about 10 miles away. It's about a 10-minute drive. So I planned it out accordingly. You know, I just got out there like right after they opened, had enough time to go through it and get to work, you know, right afterwards. So that's dedication, you know. But anyway, I picked up just a few records here I wanted to show. Let's see here. First one is just some obscure rock, I'm guessing. AC/DC, Highway to Hell. I already had a copy of this, but my copy was pretty beat up. This is real nice and clean. Just a couple little dings in the corners here, but vinyl looks good. Just a classic album. Next one here I was pretty excited about. Actually, I've never listened to this and I haven't listened to it yet either. But it's Joan Jett and the Blackhearts album. Just I've recognized the cover art though, obviously. Very cool. But matches my shirt. Anyway, yeah, it's just kind of a cool find. Gatefold. Bunch of pictures inside there. Really dig the label too. It's on MCA Records with the black heart in the middle. Pretty cool. I can't wait to give this a spin. I think I've heard some songs off of here though. Let's see. Everyday People. Well, I know that's a Sly and the Family Stone song. I've heard that one from her, but I don't know any of these other ones off the top of my head. But very cool. Next one I was really excited about. Actually, I mean, I wasn't familiar with the album, but just finding this was pretty cool. It's Miles Davis, Miles in the Sky. Very groovy looking cover there. I figured this was probably later period, Miles Davis. I believe it's from 1968. So it's kind of when he started transforming his sound a little bit, kind of moving into the jazz fusion sound. But a little bit of graffiti on the back there. It's a little dirty ring wear wise and stuff. Look at that picture. Let's see, there's actually some good players on here too. Of course, Miles on trumpet, Herbie Hancock, Wayne Shorter, Ron Carter, Tony Williams, and George Benson on guitar on Paraphernalia. Gave this a listen yesterday actually, and it's actually a really cool album. I really dig this. He had a note on there saying it was original pressing. Let's see here. The inner sleeve, there we go. Columbia 2i label there. It's actually pretty clean too, very nice. Gave this a listen last night. It's just a good listen, very cool. Let's get that back in there. Yeah, check that out. This one, David Live, just double live album, David Bowie. I already had a copy of this actually, and my copy I believe was warped and just beat to shit, so I decided to do a little upgrade here. Haven't listened to this at all. I mean, my other copy was just unlistenable, so still have to give this a listen yet. David Bowie live at Tower, Philadelphia, RCA Records. Check it out. Alright, next two were also upgrades for me in a way. Well, especially this one here. Creedence Clearwater Revival, Willie and the Poor Boys. Very good condition. You know, vinyl is just the vinyl is just awesome. Still in the shrink wrap and everything. Just a little bit of graffiti on the back there, but overall pretty clean. My copy was pretty beat up, especially the sleeve itself. I could barely read the spine and stuff on it, but I just had to get an upgrade of that one. I thought that was pretty cool. This one too, I mentioned this in one of my other videos, but their Satanic Majesty's Request by the Rolling Stones. This is the non-3D cover, and I mean I like it without the 3D too. It's just kind of a neat cover. But I mentioned in my other video, my copy was pretty beat up. The sleeve was okay, but the record itself was pretty messed up. Got the original inner sleeve. Very cool. My copy did not have that, but anyway, I just, you know, for cheap, you know, I figured why not. Psychedelic gatefold there. You know, I do kind of like this album. I mean, it's not your traditional Stones album, you know, but it's just, it's kind of a fun little listen, I think. And the last one here is B.B. King live in Cook County Jail. There you go, Vance. Recorded live in 1970 at Cook County Jail in Chicago, Illinois. Been on a kind of a B.B. King kick lately, huh? But this is actually was again another blind buy, and I'm not really familiar with the works of B.B. King. But I saw this sitting actually in a separate section that someone must have picked it up and set it aside or something. But I've never seen this there before, so saw this over there. I was thinking, oh, that's kind of a neat cover. Live in Cook County Jail. Had to pick it up. I gave this a spin last night. Man, this is phenomenal. I love this album. Just the introduction. Yeah, there's this lady. She's introducing B.B. King and stuff. But before that, she's just talking to, I guess, like all the inmates and stuff, and saying that, like, you know, the sheriff is here and the judge is here, and they're all booing and stuff. It's just a classic. But yeah, he plays a lot of his hits on here. Sweet 16, The Thrill Is Gone, Every Day I Have the Blues. Yeah, this is a rockin' album. Check this out if you can. Alright, so that's all I got for now. I actually have a buddy that contacted me, said that he got a box of like 80 or $85 records that he wants me to look through. And I'm going to be going over there later today. So I have no idea what's in this box. It could be junk, could be grails. He said that it's mostly 60s and 70s stuff and some obscure stuff is what he called it. I am so psyched to go over there and check it out. I'm going to be going over there a little bit, so I'm going to wrap this up, get this video up on YouTube, and head over there and do some more digging. Next, hopefully everything goes well. My next update might be very extensive, so stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching though. Take care.